Jarahamahanoba Kunjavihadi Gopinjanavallama Girivaradhari Gopinjanavallama Girivaradhari Yashodanandanam Vrajajanaranjana Shunanandanam Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayurangamahanoma Kunjamihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashra Prayasha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Avyaktasya Prameyasya Nana Shakti Udayasya Cha Navaichikeshitam Tata Kovedata Swasambhavam Avyaktasya Prameyasya Nana Shakti Udayasya Cha Navaichikeshitam Tata Kovedata Swasambhavam.
Avyaktasya prameyasya Nana Satya Udayasya Navaichikesitam Tata Kovedata Swasambhavam Avyaktasya prameyasya Nana Satya Udayasya Navaichikesitam Tata Kovedata Swasambhavam Avyaktasya prameyasya Nana Satya Udayasya Navaichikesitam Tata Kovedata Swasambhavam
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Online, anybody wants to chant? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Damra Pranam. Avyaktasya prameyasya nana shakti udayasya cha nave chikeshitam tata ko vedata sasambhavam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Damra Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. अभक्तस्य प्रमेयस्य नानाशक्तिर्यस्य च नवे चिकित्सस्यात् को वेदात् स संभवम्। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। अव्यक्त सप्रमेय स नानाशक्तुदय च न वै चिकीर्षितं तात को वेदाथ स संभवम्। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। अव्यक्तस्य प्रमेयस्य नानाशक्त्युदयस्य च न वै चिकीर्षितं तात को वेदाथ स्वसंभवम्। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। अव्यक्त्यास्य प्रमेयस्य नानाशक्ति उदयस्य च नावै चिकीर्षितं ताता कवेदात स्वसंभवं को वेदात संभवम। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। अव्यक्तस्य प्रमेयस्य नानाशक्त्य उदस्य च न वै चिकीर्षितं ताता को वेदाता स संभवम्। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। अव्यक्तस्य प्रमेयस्य नानाशक्त उदयस्य न वै चिकीर्षितं तात को वेदाथ स संभवम्। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Avyaktasya, of the unmanifested. Aprameyasya, of the transcendence. Nana, various. Shakti, energies. Udayasya, of one, of him who gives rise to. Cha, also. Na, never. By, certainly. Chikishitam, the plan. Tata, my dear boy. Kaha, who? Veda, can know. Atha, therefore. Swa, own. Sambhavam, origin. Hare Krishna Mataji, start.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Okay, I'll read the translation. Absolute truth, transcendence is never subject to the understanding of the imperfect sensory endeavor, nor is it subject to direct experience. He is the master of variety of energies like the full metal energies, and no one can understand his plans or actions. Therefore, it should be concluded that although he is the original cause of all causes, no one can know him by mental speculation. The absolute truth, transcendence, is never subject to the understanding of the imperfect sensory endeavor, nor is it subject to direct experience. He is the master of varieties of energies like the full metal energy, and no one can understand his plans or actions. Therefore, it should be concluded that although he is the original cause of all causes, no one can know him by mental speculation.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. The question may be raised, since there are so many varieties of philosophers theorizing in different ways, which of them is correct? The answer is that the absolute truth, transcendence, is never subject to direct experience or mental speculation. The mental speculator may be called Dr. Frog. The story is that a frog in a 3-foot well wanted to calculate the length and breadth of the Atlantic Ocean on the basis of his knowledge of his own well. But it was an impossible task for Dr. Frog. A person may be a great academician, scholar, or professor, but he cannot speculate and expect to understand the absolute truth, for his senses are limited. The cause of all causes, the absolute truth, can be known from the absolute truth himself and not by an ascending process to reach him. When the sun is not visible at night, Or when it is covered by a cloud in the day, it is not possible to uncover it either by bodily or mental strength or by scientific instruments, although the sun is there in the sky. No one can say that he has discovered a torchlight so powerful that if one goes on a roof and focuses the torchlight on the night sky, the sun will then be seen. There is no torchlight, nor is this possible. The word avyakta, unmanifested, in this verse indicates that the absolute truth cannot be manifested by any strain of so-called scientific advancement of knowledge. Transcendence is not the subject matter of direct experience. The absolute truth may be known in the same way as the sun covered by a cloud or covered by night. For when the sun rises in the morning in its own way, then everyone can see the sun. Everyone can see the world and everyone can see himself. This understanding of self-realization is called Atma Tattva. Unless, however, one comes to this point of understanding Atma Tattva, one remains in the darkness in which he was born. Under the circumstances, no one can understand the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord is equipped with varieties of energies, as stated in the Vedic literature. Parasya Shakti Vividhaiva Shruyate. He is equipped with the energy of eternal time. Not only does he have the material energy which we see and experience, but he has also many reserved energies that he can manifest in due course of time when necessary. The material scientist can simply study the partial understanding of the varieties of energies. He can take up one of the energies and try to understand it with limited knowledge, but still, it is not possible to understand the absolute truth in full by dint of material science. No material scientist can foretell what is going to happen in the future. The Bhakti Yoga process, however, is completely different from so-called scientific advancement of knowledge. A devotee completely surrenders unto the Supreme, who reveals himself by his causeless mercy. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. The Lord says, I give him intelligence. What is that intelligence? Enamam upayantite. The Lord gives the intelligence to cross over the ocean of nations and come back home, back to Godhead. In conclusion, the cause of all causes, the absolute truth or the supreme Brahman, cannot be understood by philosophical speculation, but he reveals himself to his devotee because the devotee fully surrenders unto his lotus feet. Bhagavad Gita is therefore to be accepted as a revealed scripture spoken by the absolute truth himself when he descended to this planet. If any intelligent man wants to know what God is, he should study this transcendental literature under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Then it is very easy to understand Krishna as he is. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Avyaktasya Prameyasya Nana Shakti Udayasya Cha Navaichikeshatam Tata Kovedata Sambhavam. So absolute truth transcendent is never subject to the understanding of the imperfect sensory endeavor, nor is it subject to direct experience. He is the master of varieties of energies like the full metal energy, and no one can understand his plans or actions. Therefore, it should be concluded that although he is the original cause of all causes, no one can know him by mental speculation. So Hare Krishna, now the ABCD, who is speaking to whom? We have Swayambhuva Manu speaking to Dhruva. Then why is he speaking? He wants to stop him from fighting this war, unnecessarily killing the yakshas. Now, third thing, what is being spoken? Let us look at this. Now, in the previous shloka, it was said that people try to understand the absolute truth by various ways. People want to understand. Forget about truth. People are more interested in what is happening in their life by various ways. So some people think it is all fate. Therefore, they go to Jyotish and say, what is happening? Why it is happening? Now, Shani is angry at you, this is angry at you. This is one way. And Prabhupada said that, not very interesting, this way, Prabhupada, what is going to happen and it will happen. He gave the example of somebody sitting in a tree and cutting a branch and he falls down. And before that somebody says, hey, you're cutting a branch, and you will fall down, no? So when he falls down, he says, wow, what a great astrologer. Anyway, what is going to happen, he told you, what's the credit? Anyway to happen. What is going to happen will happen. What's the credit in that? So therefore a devotee who wants to go back to Krishna is not so excited about Jyotish. What is going to do? Jyotish cannot change what is going to happen, he's just going to tell you, this is going to happen. So he said, okay, so this is one class. In this analysis, I'll put out the lowest. Then many people in the society will say, work is worship, not just fate, we should work. We should work hard and we can achieve our whatever destiny we want. But then this also has, and the argument they give is, nahi suptasya simbhasya praveshanti mukhe mriga. Even at you are born by great fortune as a lion, but not that the food will come in the mouth, you have to work hard. They give this kind of even shastric evidences and we have to work. So many sannyasis also, so-called Anandas, he told this. And then next level comes people who say, what do you work? Prakriti kriyamanani. Ahankara vimudhatma kartayam. What do you work? Actually you are not doing anything, everything is done by Prakriti. Prakriti is in control. Your nature is in control. Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tamo-guna. You are just a Katputli in the hand of Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tamo-guna. You are not independent by nature. Prakriti, Ahankara, by pride you think I am working. And actually Prakriti is working. And a person, when you see, there are many shlokas you can take in that light. You see, actually the modes are only working. You see, so many things are happening. Correct? Now somebody starts shouting, Tamo-guna is working. If somebody is very peaceful, Sattva-guna is working. He sees only gunas working. He doesn't see people. The work of the people is basically actuated by the gunas. So he sees only gunas working. And there are many shlokas you can take in this direction. So that becomes a little more. So what is the first one we started with? It's all the faith. And he just sleeps. Hona hai to ho jayega. Bhagwan bulayenge to mandir chala jaunga. That will be in the next one. Okay, so what people say? The first one, it's all the faith. Faith. What to do? It's in my faith. He doesn't know anything. Therefore they say the minimum understanding, the people do not have a proper understanding of the Shastra and the religions today, they become fatalistic. Just like India was invaded, so many people came to do what to do? That is God's wish. They are fatalistic. Then the next stage is the people who understand, no, we have to work hard, we have to work to achieve anything in this world. So that is the next stage. But then, and what is the argument for it? Nahi suptasya simbhasya. Then you are working, then some people say, what are you working? And actually it's Prakriti is making you work. The subtle. Just like a computer is working because of the software. So there is this software of Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tamo-guna, three illusions that are making you jump around here and there. Actually Prakriti is working. Ahankara, because of pride you say you are working. Actually Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manite. Next level. But then in the Brahma Samhita Krishna says what? Maya, not in Brahma, the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Maya dhakshe in the Prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Prakriti is under my control. So then people understand God is working. So they say, okay, if I go to temple because then God calls me. Correct? Now God is working. We are not doing anything. So these are the different analysis we had in the previous shloka. So now, more advanced, it says that we can understand God or we can understand what is happening in our life, everything, not easily. Only when Krishna reveals. There is a plan of the Lord, definitely. But to understand is not easy. Krishna is not a fool. He is not going to, because it's not of no any use, he will reveal. And Prabhupada gives an example of the sun. The sun comes up in the sky by its own will. In the night time, you say you bring all the torches, everything, I'll see the sun by torchlight, by scientific research. You cannot see the sun in the night, do what you want. It's a symbolic understanding. When he rises in the morning by his own will, you can see him. And there are many shlokas to support this. One of the famous shlokas is Atapite deva padambojam dvaya prasad lesha anugrihita evhi janabi tattvam bhagavan mahimno natu eva api chiram vichinna. Atapite deva padam dvaya, the two lotus feet of Krishna, prasad, lesha, little mercy of Krishna, that only we can understand. Anugrahit, those who receive little mercy of Krishna, they can only understand Krishna. When you understand Krishna, you understand everything. Wow, who are you? What's happening in your life? That's why the example is given when the sun rises. Not only you can see the sun, you can see yourself also, you can see what is happening in the world also. Correct? But the problem is that people are like ullus, the owl. उल्लू होता है उल्लू उल्लू दिन में आँख बंद करके बैठा रहता है और रात को आँख खोल के घूमता रहता है, क्या ना, उसको उल्लू बोलते हैं. So unfortunately the modern day truth seekers, the scientists, philosophers are all ullus. Ullu is kind of a slap on the face, but they are ullus only. When the Shastra is giving clear understanding, the great Acharya is explaining the Shastra, they will not go and hear. Ullu. Why they are? Because Ullu. And without the help of, when the sun is rising, you can see directly. It is not very difficult. Prabhupada gives another example. It's a daytime. And you could put curtain on all the windows, doors, and close everything. And somebody from outside say, come please, it's 10 o'clock, it's bright light, come out. No, you're all cheating me. I can see only darkness. Why the darkness? You can open the door and come out. So similarly, what did big deal we do to understand Bhagavad Gita or understand Krishna? We accepted the right process. You hear Bhagavad Gita, it's clear. It's very clear. The whole thing will be very, very clear to you. But they will not read Gita. They will not take shelter of a Vaishnava to understand Gita. They will not do it. Even if they read it, they speculate. Like in the dark night, they are speculating what the sun is. Wait, the sun will come. You can see. There is a process to see God. There is a process to understand the truth. They will not apply that process like ullus. Daytime, you can open eyes, see, God is there. Sun is there, correct? Not only you can see the sun, you can see yourself also. You can see what's happening in this world. So similarly, when the sun of Krishna rises in the heart, when son of the Acharya rises in the heart, all the glories of the Acharya, all the glories of the Vaishnavas, all the glories of Krishna will manifest within the heart. Now tell us, what did we know about Goswamis? We did not know. Did we know about anything? We did not know actually. Anna? Whatever we know today is that we took shelter of a pure devotee. We followed the process. That vidhi, if you want to know, pranipatina, take shelter of an acharya. Pariprashnena, ask him all your questions. Sevaya, offer your service to him. That's all we did. Anna? We asked the question, we heard what Prabhupada says, we inquired from his devotees, we offered some service. Upadakshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadashinaha. And everything was revealed. Everything was revealed. Tattvadashinaha. Because the Acharya knows the truth, he reveals it. But people do not follow that process. That's the only fortunate thing we did. It is not that we are the only people seeking truth. A lot of people are seeking truth. But unfortunately, they're seeking truth like ullus. In the night, owl goes around. So like in the night, they're trying to search God, search the sun. You can do whatever you want. As much you want to speculate, you can speculate. There is another shloka which will explain this. Pantastu koti satavasara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso munipungavana sopi yas prapadasimna avachinta tatve govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami. He says, Pantastu koti, for crores and crores of years. Pantastu koti shatasamrava sevi. Pantastu koti, what is the shloka? Pantastu koti. Eh? So Pantastu koti means for crores of years you can try to understand the truth. How? Vayor athapi manuso. You can travel at the speed of wind or faster. You can travel at the speed of mind. Like mind, just like I can now think about Delhi. It's so fast. So you can travel at the speed of mind, not for 1 year, 2 years. Just like in the dark night, you can travel at the speed of wind or mind, you cannot see the sun, whatever you try. It's not possible. Correct? So same way, the God is not to be understood by this process. Avachintva. Avachintva. He will remain avachintva, inconceivable. You keep trying this. Govindamadi purusham tamavajani. Okay. But such Govinda who actually understood Vedeshu dullavam adullavam atma bhakta. Even by the study of the Vedas, he is not to be understood. Atma bhakta is only understood through his devotees. Tarka prasisha shrutaya vibhinna. By argument you cannot understand God. By different readings of the even Vedic literature you cannot understand God. God is sitting in the heart of a pure devotee. And we had that fortune, all of us, to serve Srila Prabhupada some way, serve his movement, and then Krishna is revealed. So don't think it is a joke. We should always see what I can do that Acharya is pleased. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. If he is pleased, then Krishna is pleased. When Krishna is pleased, then we can understand. He will be revealed within the heart. Yesham satadayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Priti means favorably. When people are offering devotion service to him, tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamapiyantite. Then only Krishna is revealed. So this is actually the conclusion. Now let us take some examples. Okay? Tattva is understood. What Swayambhava Manu, you can see, don't you feel so proud? Our great-grandfather is so intelligent. Manu, Manushya comes from Manu. Isn't it so intelligent? One by one, and so clear. Now, Yamaraj mentioned him as one of the Mahajanas. So he is not just Mahajana or an authority just by name. He is actually proving himself to be an authority. If you meet Swayambhava Manu, you will be delighted with the kind of knowledge he has. True? Correct? True, this is a different Manvantara now. But Swayambhava Manu is, if you meet him, you will be delighted. So much. Even our Manu is not, Satyavrata is not an ordinary person. He was previous life Satyavrata. Present Manu. So this Manu was the one the Lord came as fish incarnation for him. Is he ordinary? No. Even our Manu is not ordinary. The Lord came as a fish incarnation to protect him. Satyavrata. This is our Manu now. So imagine how the top authorities are so personally selected by the Lord because of their great character, great devotion. And they all know. Therefore Prabhupada says many times, look at it. And Brahma, a great personality, Brahma is bowing down to the Lord, Indra is bowing down to the Lord, all the great sages are bowing down to the Lord, all the devatas are bowing down to the Lord. Who are you? A small character. Why don't you bow down to the Lord? But we will not do that. We will not do that. And we remain in darkness whole life. We will, try to understand the truth by some kind of speculation. And the Shastra rejects this process right at the beginning. In fact, there are 4 Sanskrit words. They say it's not possible. You cannot understand absolute truth by your senses because senses are limited. We say, show me God. You want to see God by the eyes? No. Try to see God by your ears, not by the eyes. Many people say, I believe what I see. There are people like that. I believe what I see. But there is a limitation in that. You can hardly see anything. When there's a dark, you can't see anything. So you're limited. Why don't you agree to that? Why your Prabhupada used to always say, why you are so proud of your seeing power? The seeing power is very limited. We don't see the air, correct? We don't see our nose also. We don't see so many things. Just if everything has to be truth, only what you see, I believe what I see, it's not the best argument. But today, the science is following the stupidity. Either seeing or anumana. Pratyaksha pramana or anumana pramana. That's all. So the pratyaksha pramana dependent upon seeing. But seeing can be wrong. Therefore, there is called easily we get into illusion. We easily get into illusion. And then we make mistakes. And then we are a number 1 cheat. If we were not seen, we say, I have seen. So if you try in this analysis, you will see that actually it's not perfect. Your seeing will not make you arrive at the absolute truth. This is a very basic analysis you should tell to the atheist. Why you're so proud? There are 4 limitations of the conditioned soul. And this is where the knowledge begins. That actually it is not possible by our own senses to see the absolute truth. The next thing, if this is not possible, then people try anumana. Anumana also doesn't work. Why anumana doesn't work? Just like there is some sound. We may conclude that people are fighting. But actually may not be true, they are fighting. Maybe some drama is going on. Correct? Anumana, you are hypothesizing. You are speculating. May not be true. So actually all these Mayavadis, all these scientists, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Pashyata Desha Tarine, either they are limited to Pratyaksha or they are limited to Anumana. Okay? That is one of the ways people are limited. But a devotee is not like that. Devotee is limited to, is not limited in this way. It's actually receiving knowledge from Krishna as it is. So the mistake of the Mayavadis is that they all go by their experience. What they experience in their life, the absolute truth has to be connected to that. But they don't actually therefore hear the Shastra submissively. They filter the Shastra by their intellect. No, this I cannot agree. And this I can understand. They are not accepting really the authority of the Shastra. And many things, therefore, because they don't hear with the open heart, we have to be open slate when we hear the Shastra, therefore they do not understand. Correct? There are so many things in the scripture, even in proper teachings, which we have not understood. But people do not read it with an open heart. They are too fit of gymnastic to understand what Prabhupada is trying to say. And therefore they are limited in their understanding. And neither the glories of Srila Prabhupada, neither the glories of Krishna will actually be revealed to them. Therefore, they may know some philosophy, but they will not be implementing the orders of Prabhupada in their life. They don't have that faith. We need faith. See, our movement is a movement of mercy. And mercy only flows when we have full faith. There will be no prayers to Prabhupada by such a person. He will not be offering any prayers from the heart. Because he will be feeling, perhaps Prabhupada did not know everything. Perhaps I know better than him. Perhaps he made mistakes. There will be no prayers. Because he's not hearing with faith what Prabhupada is trying to say. Similarly, when he sees the deities, He will not pray. He has no faith Krishna is here. So faith is extremely important in spiritual life, and then only the prayer start. Okay? And because our movement is a movement of mercy, the person will not advance in realizations. What is knowing some theory and impressing some people with theory? What is the use? Just like Romharshana Sutta, no faith in Balaram and Krishna. You think he was not giving a good class? He was giving a very good class. A lot of knowledge he had. But Balaramji saw actually he has no faith. What is the use? Sarpochishta payorata. Whatever he is throwing is like poison. Correct? And he removed him from the sea. He may be thinking he is Mohini Murti, but he lacks faith. If he had faith, Balaramji is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why did he get up? He was philosophizing, he was speaking in the world of philosophy. He was not implementing anything what he is speaking in his personal life. It's waste. Therefore, sahajiya. There is no benefit to hear from a sahajiya. Or from a non-devotee. Sahajiya is the first deviation where people think they don't have to implement what Prabhupada is speaking or what even they are speaking. They make it cheap. They can impress people in their class, but actually they are not following anything. This is one stage, Sahajiya. Then Avaishnava becomes a more stranger stage, but actually person starts breaking regulative principles also. And then he is an Avaishnava. To hear him, it becomes dangerous. Because Krishna doesn't sit in his heart. Okay? Krishna doesn't sit in the heart of somebody who is not following him. So even though people hear submissively, instead of advancing in devotion, rather the devotional energy is absent. In Sahajiya, he's also a devotee in one sense of Sahajiya, but he's making it cheap. He doesn't follow anything. He's not serious to execute anything the Shastra or Guru says, like Romharshana Sutta. And Avaishnava becomes a more stronger thing where actually is breaking regulative principles. Then it becomes dangerous to hear him. Sahajiya, to hear him will not lose your bhakti, but it is becoming cheap. But Avaishnava means, see, we should be very, very careful. We don't glide down from a path of strict following. Till we are strictly following the orders of Srila Prabhupada, we will become instrument in his hand. And if you meet anybody, tell anybody, that person is surrendered to Krishna. Not because of us, because Prabhupada uses us as an instrument. But then if you stop following what Srila Prabhupada says, to some degree, then you become what is known as Sahajiya. And Sahajiya, when we speak, it will not impact people. We will not be, you can see by the impact, the number of people who are following us will not increase. Because we are not able to, spiritual energy doesn't impact anything. It doesn't exist. But Avaishnava, if you become, we dress wear as a sadhu, but we do not follow rules and regulations, then if you are preaching, that has to be stopped. That becomes dangerous. Therefore, Prabhupada says, do not even dare to sit on a Vyasasana if you are not following the regulative principles. Prabhupada says that. Don't even dare, because you'll become a Romharshana Sutta. You will do damage to the people bhakti instead of nourishing people's bhakti. Correct? So what are we doing? We are trying to nourish. But to do that, we should be strictly following the rules and regulations. But why will you do that? You will not follow rules and regulations unless you have strong faith in Prabhupada. You will not follow. You see what happens? Today, by our realizations, if you are living, our realizations are not strong enough even to follow 4 regulative principles. Only on the words of Prabhupada, if you have faith in him, you will do that. You understand this point? We don't have realizations of this level today, the illicit sex is good or bad. We think maybe it's good. We don't have realizations today, drinking is good or bad. Maybe it's good. Otherwise, why do we even think about it? Correct? We are thinking about it because realizations are lacking. But when we have strong faith in the Acharya, Prabhupada says very interestingly, when we are executing devotion service on the order of Acharya, it becomes pure devotion service even though you don't have realizations. It becomes pure devotion service. This much realization, let me just obey the Acharya. You will start executing pure devotion service. It's amazing. Just like you're following the Google map. You're actually moving exactly as somebody who knows the path. It looks from this day, isko to sara malum nahi hai, Google map dekh raha hai. What is Google map for us? Prabhupada orders. So if following Prabhupada order, we start behaving like a pure devotee, even though you're not a pure devotee. In fact, even for a guru, it is said, those who have read the book on the Guru Tattva, it says that somebody may not be a pure devotee, it still can act like a guru if he's following a pure devotee. That is one of the quotations. He can act like a pure devotee. He can be effective like a pure devotee if he is following the orders of Guru. Okay? He can impact, he can make people. And how do you know? See if he is making devotees. That's a simple test. Correct? Because Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada says those who are not healthy cannot preach. Correct? Neither they are enthusiastic to preach. See, somebody comes to you when you're disturbed, so please leave me alone. No, I have this problem, area, don't talk to me. Correct? We ourselves, somebody comes to you. So when somebody comes with one query, I had this question, please leave me alone. We're not interested to answer any query because we are ourselves disturbed. So, but those who are healthy in spiritual life, happy in spiritual life, always with a smile will start preaching when they get an opportunity. Hey, somebody has come at least. Let me start preaching to him. And then they will, because they have fire of Krishna consciousness within their heart, they'll make people devotees. Okay? So by Krishna's grace, by Prabhupada's grace, by grace of Guru Maharaj, by grace of the Vaishnavas, somehow we have all collected together for only one purpose. Temple is only a means. Actually, we are collected together to preach Krishna consciousness. Correct? ISKCON is for preaching. It's a preaching movement. It's a missionary movement. Now, if we keep ourselves healthy, therefore, I told the example many times. One leader wrote to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I don't follow your regulative principles you have given somehow, with the apology letter. So Prabhupada wrote back to him, if you do that, how you will be effective? You will not be effective. Okay? So we should be very careful. We want to be instrument in the hand of Srila Prabhupada. We want to give Krishna consciousness to more and more people. Therefore, we should strictly follow the regulative principles and keep our other devotional practices of chanting 16 rounds, all the practices of Pancharatra and Bhagavad Vidhi, everything active. Prabhupada has given us everything. Have full faith in that. And as we do that, we will see very gradually the bhakti will light up within the heart by the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. Not mechanical way, by their pleasure. Not that I am doing sadhana, Krishna will reveal himself. No. When the offenses are there, even if you're doing sadhana, Krishna will not reveal. Okay, Krishna is pleased. Priti purukam. Yesham satata yuktanam bhrajatam priti. Priti means favorably. Anukulya, not pratikulya. And our service is very pleasing to Krishna. Yes, Krishna will be pleased, and then we will see Krishna start manifesting within our heart, and our whole life becomes successful. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody. We have somebody. Anybody wants to add something? Krishna is only understood by bhakti, not by any other process. Anybody wants to add something on this? Shri Radha Govinda ki. So there is I'll add the one, just Manushi, just wait, something came to my life. There is a very interesting discussion which comes in, and this discussion comes with Sarva Bhattacharya, with Gopinath Acharya. So Gopinath Acharya is a Bahanoi, a very, relative, brother-in-law of Sarva Bhattacharya. And they have a discussion. Sarva Bhattacharya, when he sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to Jagannath Puri, he fainted. So at that time, he was picked up and brought to Sarva Bhattacharya's house. As Sarva Bhattacharya saw him, very young sannyasi, very, saw him having some spiritual ecstasies, he was actually surprised. Shuddha Satvika Bhava, he says. He could conclude. He is very advanced. He could see he's unconscious, but the cotton swab was moving, so he could understand he's in ecstasy. So when he woke up by the loud chanting of the devotee, Chaitanya woke up, he started inquiring from Gopinath. So tell something about him. He says he's a very great devotee. He has taken shelter of the Bharati Sampradaya in Shankara. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu externally took that sannyasa in Shankara because that was the only one recognized for preaching purpose. So then Sarva Bhattacharya told Gopinath, see, I am not so excited about Bharati. Why don't we give him again sannyasa from Saraswat Sampradaya, that will be more higher. What is this Bharati? So Gopinath was quite hurt by this kind of statement. He said, you don't know who is he? He is God himself. He says, Sarva Bhattacharya says, wait a minute. In the Shastra, let us talk according to Shastra. In the Shastra, there is no God for Kali Yuga. God's name is Triyuga. He doesn't come in Kali Yuga. So at that time, Gopinath Patnaik says, you're not able to recognize Supreme Lord because he did not get mercy of the Lord. He said, what is the proof that you got the mercy? See, so interesting discussion is there. He said, yes, the knowledge of the absolute truth is actually the symptom the person has got the mercy. And then he starts quoting from the Shastra. Not the Shastra will be overridden just because I got mercy, now I've recognized this man as God. You didn't get the mercy, so therefore you don't know. So then he gives the evidence. The Channa Kalau, Prahlad Maharaj says, God is called Triyuga because in Kali Yuga is hidden. And Sarva says, wow. And then he quotes from more. Krishna Varnam Tasha Krishnam Sango Pangasa Parshatam. That's actually in Kali Yuga God is revealed in this way. Kalau Sankirtan Arambe Bhavishami Sachi Sutaha. Kali Yuga the Lord will come as the son of Mother Sachi. He said, but you don't have the knowledge. These are shlokas of the Shastra, but you are not able to understand these shlokas and understand God has come to your place, son of Mother Sachi, because you didn't get the mercy. And Sarva Bhattacharya says, okay, now you go to the temple and get some prasadam, we will discuss again. You see that? Such a contrary principle he has given, but he's listening. Because faith is the Shastra is the primary thing. And then anyway, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarva Bhattacharya have a discussion and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu convinces him and he becomes one of the great devotees of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, interesting. Today class has become a little philosophical. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna. So time now. Vancha kalpata rubascha kripa sindhave evacha patitana upavane vaishnava nama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Dana Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dhanyavad
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you so much.
Pranam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Pranam
everybody.
Prabhuji.